In my head, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that going in, so I was not paying attention to that, and I won't remember. But if you ask me beforehand, but then IMDb has the parental guidance thing at the bottom where you can literally click on sex and nudity or violence and gore. People will tell you exactly, and you can click the spoiler tag.
I use it all the time. It's
like,
great.
It's great.
Yeah. Common Sense Media does it. There's like actually extra places where you can find that stuff just because parents want the information so much.
And books don't have that anywhere. And
Yeah.
I think the like what we're gonna be looking at is a little slightly different. I think it's gonna be the same topics, but with different
severities.
Maybe. Because if I'm thinking about gore, it's way more significant in a movie to me.
Sure.
To see people being like blood and guts everywhere. To read it is like you can just go past it and be fine.
Versus there are books that use a lot of body horror like explanations that maybe would be something I would like disclaimed, but if I read someone on page getting shot in the face and like hear the description, it's not going to feel as graphic as like seeing it in a film.
But I think sex is the opposite because you're experiencing it with the character in the book. I think it's even more severe in some ways. Maybe not in the actual visual seeing nudity, but if we're separating sex and nudity as two separate things, I'd say sex is actually more severe in books, especially when we get into the smut and that whole genre and how it's blown up the last 5 to 10 years.
I would agree. You had a friend the other day that was talking about this, and she said her friends were like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just 6%, I think is what they said, of the book.
These were Christian bookstagrammers.
Wait a second. 6% of just 100 pages, right, is 6 pages. So if you have a normal 500-page book, then it's like, oh my gosh, you have 3 pages of smut.
And the percentage was what they were trying to use to justify it. These were people that like actually like advertise on their Instagram and TikTok and stuff that they talk about closed door books and they don't talk about open door scenes and they read stuff that's like not inappropriate and they don't read smut and all this stuff. But for some reason, they make this exception for this one author, for this one series. And so we did the math. And so I was texting my friend. The friend has a child. So like has a kid in middle school, I think. And I was talking about it in that context. And I was like, okay, say you go to a movie that's 150 minutes. That's 9 minutes of graphic sex on screen. Are you okay with that? Like, do you want to sit and watch a 9-minute scene? It's not like it's unfathomable. But I think to your point, I don't know that every person would agree that like sex on page is like more intense in a lot of ways than on the screen.